It's me Luigi Marinus Gaming, and today I'm going to review Strange World. So Strange World is a sci-fi adventure movie made by Disney. Thinking about it, it was never really one of my most anticipated movies of 2022. But it did look like an interesting movie. But anyway, Strange World is about a farmer named Searcher Clade going on an expedition to find out what's happening to the panda. He lives in Avalonia along with his wife Meridian and his son Ethan. Out of all the characters, I found Ethan Clade to be the most interesting character of the movie. He wants to be an explorer, but his dad doesn't approve that and wants him to be a farmer, thus him wanting Ethan to stay at home. But then later on into the movie, he gets on this ship along with the dog Legend. In the meantime, Searcher Clade meets his long-lost father Jaeger Clade, who left him 25 years ago. This plot does seem a bit predictable and even overused, but what saves this story for being cliché is the comedy in its heart. They started a little bit annoying at first, but later Searcher Clade and Jaeger Clade start to get along and bond. While the Searcher Clade and Jaeger Clade may start as arguing at first, I wouldn't say they are straight up unlikable. They both have their moments, and by the end of the movie Jaeger Clade does develop more. I think the most interesting character is Ethan Clade, and I liked how they introduced him into the movie as an awkward teenager. I also like how he collects cards that describes his personality, which he is more an explorer instead of a farmer. I liked when later during the movie he meets a creature and called it Splat and befriends. Ethan can have some nice bonding time with his grandpa Jaeger Clade when he asked him about his boyfriend Diazo and gives Ethan advice. I thought Searcher's wife was also a likable character who is good at flying in vehicles and wants to look out for his son Ethan. I do like the world building of the movie, which in my opinion is the highlight because it has this fantasy look of different creature in a strange world, no pun intended. I also thought the animation was a bit different than the standard Disney animation, because after Encanto, I kinda got tired of seeing the same Disney animation style. I didn't mind that with Raya and The Last Dragon, because I thought the world building was impressive, and the character designs looked more unique. But in this movie the characters had a more cartoonier look than the usual Disney animation style, way more cartoony than Encanto. The animation style of Strange World can be compared to Hotel Transylvania, cloudy with a chance of meatballs, Smallfoot and storks, and I actually liked that. They had very cartoony designs with round noses and cartoony facial expressions, which shows that Disney is experimenting more with their animation style nowadays. I also really enjoyed the humor of this movie. It had a cartoony and slapstick comedy that actually fits this movie well. Especially with the dog Legend and the Splat, who can share some funny moments during the movie. I also liked the part when Ethan, Searcher and Jaeger were playing with the cards and the message being to live in harmony with your environment, which is a nice lesson for later on in the movie as Ethan and his dad discover that they were traveling in the inside of a giant turtle, and that they have to destroy Pando in order to save it. We later find out that Callister is kind of a plot twist villainish of this movie. I said ish because she wasn't really a plot twist villain and more of a misunderstood villain. I still thought it kinda came out of nowhere though. Strange World had more of a simple story than the usual Disney animated movies. I mean, Encanto had a simple story, but it kinda was better executed a bit there. While I preferred the environmental message of cloudy with a chance of meatballs too, I thought this movie did that very well. So overall, Strange World is a pretty good movie, while not a great movie since it does have a lot of issues, but still is a fun experience that I would recommend if you enjoy movies like Treasure Planet or Atlantic. When I watched this movie in theaters, I used to like this movie more than Encanto, but when I watched both movies back to back, I started to prefer Encanto a bit more. So as for my ratings, I would give Strange World an 8 out of 10 for critical rating and personal rating. It's one of those animated Disney movies that I really like but not absolutely love, because Disney has definitely made better movies, but this movie wasn't all that bad at all. I do think Disney has started to decline a little bit in terms of quality, but I am hoping that Wish will be the best Disney animated movie, not counting Pixar, since Raya and The Last Dragon. This was my review for Strange World, and I hope you enjoyed this video.